So Centaura's thought to be the scariest game, the horror game, not because of ghosts or entities, none of that stuff, but because of war. Yes, war. War is filled with graphic terrors, the horrors, the grittiness, everything about it just sucks and fills you with fear. Like bullets, artillery fire, and just fire. You charge with your mates and other countless young men into the meat grinder to fight another man's war, and playing this game will make you feel the horror, the scariness, the grittiness of war. Except if you're me and that you're not impressed by just sound effects like this. Well, yes, is it scary? Yes, it is scary. Is it horrifying to see it for yourself? A million times, yes, obviously. And same with all the other realistic sound effects. So we have this supposed horror game showing the horrors of war, World War One specifically. Technically, okay, we got bloody realistic sound effects, gore, check, incineration, check. But that's it? You're just gonna do the effects? So I have a lot of problems with this game, starting with the message it's trying to tell me and the gameplay itself. Starting with the... First of all, I'll admit that Centaura does a few things right with the message. It shows the horrors of war, you see artillery fire noises, the general ambience in the battlefield. But why would you use a fictional universe? I'm sure I'm not the only one bothered by this. I mean, I'm the only one bothered by this. But why would you use a fictional universe with fictional countries, with no skill in naming fictional countries as well, to tell the message of the horrors of war? Like, why should I care or take a fictional country named Cetus seriously? It sounds like it doesn't even take themselves seriously. Seriously, Cetus? Fetus, you mean? Like, no, there's just no relatability at all. That sounds stupid because it is. The right word is connection. With the development team's skill, I'm sure they can make a game based off a real war and still stand out without changing it to their own universe and countries. All you have to do is learn the actual war, change a few things here and there, and make it more true to the original war. And now, let me ask you a sincere question, dear viewers. Would you care or at least take seriously more to the country of France or Germany or even Denmark over Corvus or Cetus? And answer honestly, from your heart, not just to hear me for saying this. And yes, I know, it's in the same universe as Dead Ahead, and you wanted to make a sister game, but you could have done better if you'd used the actual war. For the reasons I've mentioned, obviously. Now, if you remember my Whizbang review for the ones who watched since the beginning, I applaud Whizbang because of its gameplay and design to make you feel the grittiness of World War One. The developer most likely intended it for it to be as realistic as possible and covers the other less talked about side, where you sit in the trenches to avoid getting immediately killed but slowly rotting away in the terrible conditions of the trenches and contract all sorts of nasty sicknesses onto you. You feel the dirt on you when you see these trenches. You feel the filth and feel how miserable the environment is. The game's environment somehow feels realistic even with low poly retro props and textures. Although they butchered this a bit by adding conventionally more realistic trees, overall the game still feels realistic. You feel the filth, you feel the misery, and just feel way more emotion than just, oh my god, that's scary for a few minutes and then forget all about that and just play the game normally. Like, the game actually incorporates the horrors of war more, feels like. Even making it a part of the gameplay, while Centaura just has realistic sound effects and screaming. That's about it. So let's talk about Centaura's type of gameplay. I've said that it has a problem, and the problem is that the gameplay is very distracting. So Centaura's type of gameplay has you shoot twice on every other part of the enemy's body to kill them, and one shot them if you hit the head, and you do that most of the time. This kind of gameplay distracts you from sinking into the realistic sound effects that people praise this game for. The entire experience is that you boot up the game for the first time, get impressed by the atmosphere, the camera filter, the sound effects, and the effects. But then the second time you boot in, you just focus on the generic arcadey gameplay. Like that's it. The gameplay is just so distracting. Centaura had the potential to be innovative, to be good at what it's striving for, even better than Whizbang, but most of that just goes to the sound effects, and that's about it. This isn't like some master suggestion or a video to convince the developers to change the game to another Whizbang, because firstly, this game attracted a lot of players, and the gameplay is pretty fun for lots of people, you know. Secondly, Centaur isn't a bad game. It's just pretty underwhelming for me, but it definitely hits a lot for a lot of people. Thirdly, I think the generic gameplay design, although not very impressive for me, removes a huge chunk of effort just going into getting familiar with the gameplay and can introduce the Horse of War to wider, more casual range of people. If you don't even know or never played these Horror of War games, I recommend Centaura to start. And as you go deeper, learning the other sides of war, the other perspective, try Whizbang as one of them and see the other side of war. Anyways, that's all I have to say for you. Thanks for watching this episode of MenelReviews. Make sure you leave a like and maybe try subscribing. So, yeah, Menlogs out.